Split 2 out of 3 this week from Road Atlanta. Welcome to a 2080 strength of field race for the second split here in Road Atlanta. And one thing, I think it was a similar story last week in Open Park already, but in terms of the Split 2 championships, it could get interesting because some of the top drivers of the Split 2 rankings are not in this race. John Duncan was in top split. Myself, top split. Eduardo Gonzaga, top split. Isaac Mitchell wasn't even there. So maybe this week we will see a few changes at the top of the table. Can someone like, I don't know, Neil Todd can take advantage and maybe even take the lead? Can Jack Davies can gain some ground? Can someone else appear and get 30 points like this for the Split 2 championships? This and more we will see, and maybe the starting grid can give us a little hint to how things could shape up. So let's take a look. We now know our grid with Travis Linscomb Hatfield in pole position. The lights are red, so we are about to go racing, and here we are. Let's go. Split 2. Linscomb Hatfield in pole. Fausto Castiglioni in P2. The Argentinian drivers side by side into turn 1. Linscomb Hatfield stays in the lead. Now turn to the first real breaking point for the top drivers. And so far we take a look at, oh, there's one car in the grass. I don't know who it was. Oh, Neil Todd! With Daniel Bond. A little bit, okay. Didn't lose too much time. This is Bruce Silva touching, Mark Kelly touching the grass on the inside there. Okay. Let's call it many little incidents. No major ones. Biggest one probably the Todd Bond touching, but they lost time. That's the worst that happened. It was no punt, no losing 5 positions. It was just at times. Oh, look at this tight pack. I like it. Road Atlanta delivers some great racing. We already saw it. Matthew Swindlehurst is in the pits. Maybe he was the car that went wide there. That I noticed but couldn't. Oh, no. Jan Jančić. He gets spun around by, was it? I don't know who it was. One of those, I believe. I'm not sure though. Jan Jančić now in P17 all on his own. 8 seconds almost behind Todd and Bond. Neil Todd. A good result, and he could take the Split 2 championship lead. Is P8 enough for that? I don't know from the top of my head. But we are in the early stages of the race. Mark Kelly in P11 fighting against Toby Keel from the, wait, I wrote it down. The Buff Orpingtons, exactly. The Buff Chickens. I remember the team name now. This is why I write down these things. Where are we now? We're jumping a little bit. Ben Wright, Israel Gonzalez, this is P for P14. Bruce Silver behind them into turn 2. And if we take a look at the minimap, we have quite a few groups. We have the top 3, then this pack from 4 to 7, then 8 to 12, and 13 to 16. 4 big packs, and then 17 and 18. Sadly, somewhere in nowhere land, Castiglione and Ben Shellcraft! He locks up and takes out Castiglione. He cuts across the grass, so no blame there. And for Ben, it was a lockup. It was a lockup, and that is the difficulty with the Clio. It looks like a fun, simple car, but the lockup potential is pretty high in it. You brake 5 meters later than normal. You give 1 or 2 extra percent brake power to make up for it, and you lock up. The Clio is not the easiest car to master, in fact, but it's super fun, which is why we have the Clio SoF League. So yeah, it was a simple driving mistake by Ben Shellcraft, losing 1 position, which means Jelle Wulleman is now in P3. Castiglione, he lost time but is still in P2, and the biggest winner of this is, of course, Travis Linscomb-Hatfield, TLH, who has now a 3-second gap. Jack Davies, his season so far, all races in Split 2, but he has not the luckiest season. It started in Oschersleben with a turn 1 incident with me. And yeah, he had not the luckiest season so far. But maybe today, the redemption arc for Jack Davies starts in Road Atlanta. Maybe. So far, he's in P5. Solid. Just got past Shaw Forest. New driver. Never seen him before. Same for Fausto Castiglione. Balázs Béla is a driver we have seen last season, I'm pretty sure. So yeah, few new names. Matthias Schlaber, he was in a Split 3 race in Oschersleben, I believe, earlier this season. And Israel Gonzalez we also have seen in the past. Some drivers for the first time in Split 2. I think Toby Kiel had all his races in Split 3 so far. But this is the interesting part when a season goes on. Who goes up, who goes down, who appears more often, who is a regular even. And it's interesting to see, to say, I started in Split 3 and ended up at top of Split 2, for example. We had a few stories of these last season, and maybe we get a few of those this season as well. Wulleman now past Fausto Castiglione. We have not seen it because this tight pack is what the program says is more important. And Castiglione lost a second after being overtaken. Ooh, good racing. Ben Wright, Israel Gonzalez. This is for P13 with Bruce Silva and Dan Thornton behind them. Neil Todd side by side with Balázs Béla. He is now in P7. Maybe this is enough to get the Split 2 championship lead. We will see it after the race when we take a look at the standings. Castiglione under attack from Ben Shellcraft, who had the lock up earlier, so they know each other. They had contact already. So maybe this incident causes Ben to be a tad more, what's the word I'm looking for? Safe? Mindful? Careful? I don't know. You know, instead of braking 5 meters later and with 2% more, maybe braking 5 meters earlier than normal with 1 or 2% less than normal. It can happen when you start to lock up. Everything's, it's always dangerous. It's an uphill section, and if you get dragged to the outside and there's a car next to you, could get dangerous. But you take a look at this tight pack. Oh, Jack Davies going wide, and Shaw Forest maybe taking back P5. Good battle. Forrest, Davies, Todd, and also this one, Chalcraft, Castiglione, Jelle Wulleman, and Travis Linscomb Hatfield. He is enjoying this. Barely missed out on top split, and now he's almost 6 seconds ahead. Daniel Bond and Balazs Bela Markelli decide. Oh no! Okay, Balazs Bela had the cone under his car, but he got rid of it. Everyone that saw Split 1 knows what I'm talking about and why I'm a bit... when it comes to cones, I start to hate them. But he got rid of it. Good. Bella now in P11. Matthias Lava, Daniel Bond, P8, 9, 10, 11, 12. It's a big pack here. Mark Kelly, after missing the chicane, lost quite a few places. He's now behind Toby Keele. Forrest, Davis, Todd. This is a great battle all race long for 5, 6 and 7. Chalcraft and Castiglione. They're also fighting with Jelle Wulleman not that far away. So we have a big battle for P2, we have a big battle for P5, we have a battle for P11, we have many battles. The only position, apart from the final two, that has no battle whatsoever is P1. Travis Linscomb Hatfield, he is way too fast, he is off into the distance. Castiglione gets back P2. Ben Wright and Balazs Bela. The chicane that is, and we have now 5 minutes left. Wulleman, now he's the attacker against Castiglione. Man from Argentina being attacked by the Belgian. To the chicane here. It's not really a chicane, but kinda. Is it a chicane? Yeah, it's a chicane. It's a chicane. Ben Shellcraft, he's the driver with the reversed color swapped Damon Hill helmet, which I mentioned probably every single time. Now to the inside. Wulleman to the outside, but he's too far away. He knows it, he stays behind and waits for a better opportunity. But look at the timetable. 5, 6 and 7 are now right behind them. Look at the gaps. 03, 01, 05, 03, 03. This is now one big pack. And then there are these two behind them. Daniel Bond and Matthias Lava for P8. Yeah, who is the fastest out of these drivers? Hard to say. Actually, hard to say. I mean, we know who's the fastest driver in the field overall. It's Travis Linscomb Hatfield, but I'm not talking about him right now. I want to know who is the fastest of this P2 to P7 group. Chalcraft to the inside against Wulleman. Does he get it done? Yes, he can, and yes, he does. Great job. Mark Kelly, that was not a good line through the first part of the chicane, and that made him cost in the second part, losing time against Matthias Lava. He lost a second as a result. It looks like as if Fausto Castiglione is able to get ever so slightly away. Of course, the attack from Chalcraft against Wulleman that brought him P3 helped Fausto Castiglione. Oh, Neil Todd past Jack Davies. We do not see it, but we have the timetable for this. Todd now in P6. like I said, could be enough to take the Split 2 championship lead. Castiglione just a blink. Just a blink. He is still in P2. 2-minute warning, by the way. So we are getting close to the finishing stages of the race. And the battle for P2 is far from done. Interesting to see if someone gets desperate in the closing stages of the race. Ben Wright fighting against Mark Kelly for the Kelly, I'm sorry. I think I said Mark Pelly, which is totally wrong. Fighting for the final spot in the top 10. So now the sentence is correct. Bru Silva and Balázs Bela. Hungary versus Brazil, fighting for P13. Bru is on the inside. This should help him, but for the chicane, Bela is in a better opportunity. Now look, Chalcroft is now right behind Fausto Castiglione. We are now starting the final lap of the race. Lenscon Hatfield, 8 seconds. We saw the man waving the white flag, showing this is the final lap. 8 seconds, but then this is the battle. Chalcroft, Castiglione and Wulleman! Trying it, he tries it. You now need a good exit out of turn 5. You need a good exit out of this uphill section. Who gets it best? I think it's Chalcroft. From the 3 lines we are seeing, I like Chalcroft's line by far the most. He had the most speed. So in theory he should be safe for P3. And Travis Linscomb Hatfield, we have not seen a lot from him, but it's a dominant victory. 8.5 seconds, congratulations. Nicely done. Now we await for Fausto. Oh no! Oh, we have to take a look at that. Woo! What was that? Was that aggressive defending? Was that aggressive attacking? A mixture of both? We will take a look at it in the highlights, that's for sure, to see what really happened there, because we had 2 cars side by side. Huh. Interesting. But the race is done. Linscomb Hatfield wins with dominance. Bam! Jančík is mad about this race. Ruining his ride. Ay, 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 ay. That must have hurt. Yeah, I mean, his race was basically over after 2 turns. You hate to see it. But here, Neil Todd, Jack Davies, they're so often together on the track here in the SoF. And they once again finished next to each other. This time Neil Todd having the edge, getting P6. And what this means for the standings for the overall championship and the Split 2 championship, we will find out in a few seconds. So let us take a look. And now let's find out how Split 2 impacted the standings, starting as usual with the official championship standings. And we have to take a look for some of our Split 2 heroes, because either they weren't there or they were in Split 1. So the highest one, if I am not mistaken, let me take a quick look, is Ben Chalcroft in P17 and 44 points, getting a 12th place out of this race. Congratulations, nicely done. Other drivers, Neil Todd in 19, Mark Kelly 22, Dan Thornton 24 is another driver I recognize from the Split 2 race. Further down, Travis Linscomb Hatfield, 2nd time and his win in Split 2 brought him 9th overall. Great result, putting him into P34 in front of Jack Davies. Same points, but better singular result. So yeah, many drivers here appearing as well. So yeah, that's the official championship standings. Not much to say. Congratulations to everyone that had a great result. Jack Davies with the best result of his season thus far. So maybe this little redemption arc, I think I called it earlier, the race is starting now. And if we take a look at the Split 2 standings, Neil Todd, like I predicted, takes the lead. He takes the lead by being there all 5 races thus far, but look at the gaps. The top 5 are separated by 6 points and the top 3 separated by 2. Of course, Duncan, myself, and Eduardo only have, as well as Isaac Mitchell for that, have only quote-unquote 3 races in Split 2. But doesn't change the fact that Neil Todd is leading a real tight field. How many drivers did we have so far in the Split 2 races? 53 drivers have driven in a Split 2 race. Some of them appeared more than once, some of them appeared just once, but doesn't matter. Everyone is a valuable addition to the Clio Cup SoF. And with that, we only have one more race to cover in this week, and this will happen tomorrow. But as usual, we have a few highlights where we take a look at what happened with Matthew Swindlehurst, for example, who got into the pits after lap 1. That will be resolved. A little correction from what I said at the end of the race, when I said that Jančik's race was basically over after turn 2. It was lap 2, of course. Little correction there by myself. But now let's take a look at some highlights, and I hope to welcome you again tomorrow for the Split 3 race. See you there.